and we'll finally be able to leave this god-forsaken place.
Verstanden! Jawohl! Feuer! Keep fire! Now! Wird erledigt! Jawohl!
Done. As another mission when without cheat would be kinda tough. And you also have to be like, technically you don't see a timer, but in some cases there are some moments when you really have to be like quick on your toes, so to speak. Ready? I swear, if this vehicle doesn't go...
Verstanden!
All those battles left the Africa Corps so exhausted that advancing was simply beyond us. Oh hell, we even finally reached the lands of ancient Egypt, and then had to turn our backs on the British and go back to our starting positions. But we'll make up our losses and we'll be back.
Well,
there's no doubt about it. And so far
By the autumn of 1942, German forces were under pressure in North Africa, and the landing of Allied troops early in November worsened the situation even more. Within 2 months, the 8th Army captured Tripoli, and the remains of the Africa Corps retreated to Tunis, to the well-defended Marais lines to join other Axis forces. The rainy season granted both sides a respite. It allowed Rommel to receive additional reinforcements and armaments from Italy, and the Allies had time to build support bases and establish communication lines, thus preparing for a decisive offensive. On the 20th of March 1943, the British attacked the Marais lines, while the Americans under the command of Patton launched an assault from the other flank. The German and Italian troops were trapped in the triangle of Tunis-Bizerte-Bon. Despite fierce resistance, it was clear that the Germans couldn't hold the springboard. Already by the end of April, the 18th Army Group, commanded by Field Marshal Harold Alexander, approached Tunis and engaged the defending troops at the Bay of La Goulette.
I also remember this mission.
Let's go!
I must admit, I didn't expect the Tommies to be so assured. A couple of hours ago they literally swept through our outposts and are advancing on Tunis now. We were not prepared for this course of events, and now we must engage the enemy in the suburbs. Our command has mobilized all reserves. The troops are already being redeployed to this area, but they will not get here before the British. Still, there is some good news. An Italian destroyer is in the harbor, and its on-deck weapons will be an essential part of our defense. But considering the enemy's absolute air supremacy, the ship itself is vulnerable to air attacks. We established air defenses for this type of scenario, but we could lose them if British tanks break through our lines. The field command post will be established in this building. The radio will allow us to coordinate the defenses and stay in touch with the reserves. The Africa Corps HQ is preparing to evacuate to Italy. If it's captured or destroyed, our case in the Mediterranean is closed. Until the command leaves the continent with all the archives, the enemy must not be allowed to enter the town center. I heard you were capable of accomplishing the impossible on the battlefield. Prove it to me once more.
Move it, soldiers! Bloody Tommies won't wait until you take your positions!
The enemy will attack under cover of darkness and won't be easy to hold. Fortunately, there's an Italian destroyer in the harbor, so at least we now have flares and on-deck guns. Do not expect air support. The few remaining aircraft won't be any opposition for the Allied air forces, so the skies are theirs. The local AA guns are the only reason we haven't been bombed to hell before now. If we lose our air defenses, our chances of surviving this night will be zero. Our reserves consist of several infantry companies, light armored vehicles, a couple of medium tanks and field guns. Considering our technical superiority over the British Crusaders and Valentines, it's not as bad as it seems. All available forces have been urgently mobilized and are moving in at the moment. Let's hope they'll be here in time to strengthen our defenses. We are the only ones here to prevent the Tommies from breaking through to the town center, which means we have to hold them in this area.
They are attacking! Stand your ground!
They are shooting us with mortars. We will stop them before it is too late.
Excellent! Our air defenses have successfully repelled their air attacks. Keep your men close to the attacks. This will reduce casualties.
Jawohl! Verdammt! Jawohl! Verstanden! Jawohl!
Verstanden.
Well, I call for troops. Where are they? Oh.
Commander, the squad is in position and ready to fight.
Sie unter Feuer! Feuerschuss! Yes!
Oh, no, it does mean it.
Commander, the armored car is at your service.
Jawohl. Bleibt in Bewegung! Ich brauche Hilfe! Stirb! Nehmt sie unter Feuer! Los!
Commander, the gun is in position.
Jawohl. Für das Vaterland! Verstanden! Gegner direkt vor uns! Da sind sie schon! Los, Kommando! Penner! Für das Vaterland! Ich will nicht sterben! Machen zum Angriff! Feind verloren! Get ready for the fight! Kommando! Get ready for the fight!
Wonderful, how long we have to... And why didn't I think about going higher speed? Sorry.
Sport in der Hölle! Jawohl! Feuer auf mein Kommando! Verstanden! Jawohl! Verstanden! Panzerbrechende Munition! Feuer! Schützenmaschine!
Like how much? Yeah, there I
The tank is in position, awaiting orders.
Bereit! Verstanden! Kommt schon her! Feuerschutz! Jetzt!
Commander, the armored car is at your service.
According to my information, the Tommies are deploying a battery of rocket launchers on the position.
The Tommies have their rocket launchers on the pier and we need to get to them before they fire. We can also help on the front line as fighting is still going on there. In short, move quickly but with caution. Keep hidden and don't shoot too soon. If we engage in fighting, we will only waste time and I fear we won't last long against Alexander's army. Proceed, soldiers. Don't panic. Keep silent. We can consider ourselves dead if we are spotted now.
Wird gemacht.
Quick! The Tommies must be ready to fire!
Sir, the rocket launchers are loaded. We're waiting for your command.
Keep hidden. Stay away from lit-up areas.
How the hell did those Germans get here? Crews, keep to the plane. Get ready to fire.
The officer in the head, with binoculars in his hands, must be the battery's commander. First finish him off, then dispatch with the rest. Otherwise they may try to fire, even at the risk of getting themselves killed.
Officer down! Now it's time to finish the others! Fire!